Let's kick this off in a usual way. And we're going to be starting with the NeoFS department this time, but before we are to dive into this section, let me briefly mention that in August we have upgraded all of our software written in Go, and that's like 95% of what NeoSPCC does, to the latest and greatest Go version 1.25, and the minimum supported version is now 1.24, which means that we have upgraded all of our smaller utilities and components libraries that we provide that probably you can be using in your software as well. So if you are using any library from NeoSPCC or any small utilities that we provide, but I do not usually mention in some larger sections, so please upgrade. In early August, we have released the third patch version of NeoFS 0.48. Then we moved on to 0.49 development cycle, which is expected to be finished by now, but we are currently a little behind the schedule with this release because we are implementing and actually have already implemented new container estimation mechanism and also improved our garbage collection scheme and implemented quotas. So all of this is already in the code, it already works, but we are still testing it, and we have some things to polish. In any event, this release is expected day to day, and chances are it's gonna be finished even before this episode is to be published. If it is, then this link will work fine. If it's not, wait for a couple of days and it's gonna work. This release is also going to contain a new NeoFS contract version, so if your application uses NeoFS contracts directly via JSON RPC, please upgrade as well, and you're going to get a new mechanism for retrieving current container estimations that is much simpler than anything you have used before, and also it will contain more up-to-date data that you just couldn't get previously. So it's a serious improvement for user experience that applications can now provide. Also, in previous months, we have continued the development of the erasure coding feature for NeoFS, and we have made some really good progress. This feature is expected to be released in the subsequent version of NeoFS that is going to be 0.50.0 once we have all of the details finalized in the protocol and implemented in the node. Next in our roadmap are initial placement vectors, NEP11 containers, and new session tokens that we have postponed for so long, but now we are going to be implementing them finally. Initial placement is a feature that will allow you to differentiate between long-term object storage policy and something that is sufficient for successful object put. So if you have a policy that requires to have 2 replicas on one continent and 2 replicas on another continent, you may also have an initial placement policy that allows you to have a successful object put with just 2 replicas on one continent. And then these 2 other replicas required for long-term storage policy are going to be created lazily or like a delayed replication. So this is a feature that we find useful in some scenarios. Then NEP11 containers. It's a pretty simple thing. We're going to be making our containers that are stored in a contract in a fast chain follow NEP11 semantics with all of the appropriate features that NEP11 tokens have. Like, it's going to be possible to transfer some container from one account to another to change container's owner, which is not possible currently because containers currently are immutable. And this gonna add some mutable semantics to containers. We think that in future, this is going to be leveraged for even more features at container level. We have moved to version 0.41.2 of S3 Gateway, and this means that in past 2 months, we have made a set of releases fixing a number of issues. We're still finding some minor glitches in it. We are not, changing it radically in any way, but we are mostly fixing things that we are finding during tests, various tests that we do. We are also expanding our test suite for S3, so it's more and more polished now. You can try it using mainnet containers, and you can also try it using our NeoFS AIO Docker image that was recently updated to include S3 Gateway. Just in case you missed it, the latest and greatest version of the REST Gateway is available here, and it contains some small updates and fixes, nothing really big there, but at the same time, it's good to be updated. Yes, it's RC15. Yes, I know you all want 1.0, but I think with this release, we are really closer to this 1.0 because we have removed all of the previously deprecated APIs. And now we have much clearer interfaces, and also we have updated it to contain all of the new status definitions, the protocol status definitions that we have in the new API version. So we recommend every developer using NeoFS SDK to update to this latest and greatest version. Two significant releases of NeoGo were made in the past 2 months, where along with a regular set of fixes, including an important state difference fix, we have also moved forward with the new NEP standard support and also have fixed a number of long-standing issues in our compiler, the Go compiler that we provide with NeoGo. So we now support more of modern Go because there were some new constructions in the language that we just didn't have support for. And we also have improved support. We have less surprises and various idiomatic constructions that Go provides. We are planning to continue our compiler improvements, and we have a set of fixes planned for subsequent releases, some of which will be included in the next version of NeoGo 0.114.0, which is expected somewhere in mid-October. It's also going to be compatible with the next Neo hard fork. And then, as you probably already know, we are expecting a number of new protocol improvements and changes to be done as a part of Neo N4 effort. So we are going to be participating in that as well, and we are going to be updating NeoGo accordingly.